Today, with all the market volatility that's going on in the world, geopolitical issues, wars around the world, all these different things that are happening, and you're getting ready to retire and you're wondering, well, should I get an annuity for retirement income? That's what we're going to get into today. When thinking about purchasing an annuity, the first thing that you really want to identify is your income, right? What income sources do you have today? Where is that coming from? Is that Social Security? Do you have pension money? Is all your money invested in the stock market through a 401k or an IRA? What sort of things happen? Have you purchased real estate that have passive income that comes in, right? And once you identify all your different sources of income, the next thing that you're going to want to do is see, well, are there any gaps between the income that I need and the income that I have? In that space, that's where you can start to look at an annuity to fill those gaps that may arise in your income so that you can have a more solid income stream in retirement. Some people think about the fixed expenses that they have and being able to cover those fixed expenses with guaranteed income that comes in, and then allowing their portfolios to grow and thrive and do all these other things for the stuff that you want to have fun with, right? The things that are really important in retirement, which are vacation or being with the grandchildren or whatever retirement looks like for you. There was a book written by a guy by the name of Tom Hegna, and he wrote a book called Paychecks and Playchecks. And the gist of it is really using annuities to guarantee your paycheck every month in retirement that can help guarantee the income. And on top of it, some of the things that he was thinking about, well, what are the fun things that you're adding into your life that you want to remain fun and you want them to remain there for the remainder of your life? Well, why not set up some play checks as well? So you have paychecks covering all your fixed expenses, but you have play checks to go out and have fun and do all those things as part of your life. Another thing that you want to consider, though, is besides the income gaps that you might face and covering those income gaps, where are the sources of those incomes coming from? And are they taxable in retirement, right? If you've saved the majority of your wealth in a 401k, well, what does the tax ramifications of those monies look like? And if you're putting them into an annuity, what does that do on the distribution side? So there's a lot of different things that come into play when you're calculating your taxes. And on top of it, it's not just federal income tax. Depending on the state you retire in, you also have to consider the state income tax there as well. The next thing you want to think about too is Social Security, right? And we all know that Social Security has its own challenges. People in my age bracket, the likelihood that we'll see the same sort of Social Security system that's currently happening, it's not something that we're counting on, right? But for those of you that are retiring either in the next 5 years or maybe you've already retired, well, Social Security is going to play a big part in there. And one of the things that you definitely have to look at is if you go to ssa.gov, you can go ahead and sign up and you can get those green statements that used to be sent to you every year and then they stopped sending them, right? Because I don't know why they stopped sending them. They want to save paper, save money in the government. But those green line forms were so important because they told you how much you were going to get. And written on those green line forms also talks about how Social Security in its current state will be reduced come year 2034. So if you're planning to retire, you can also plan on, if things don't change, that Social Security money will be reduced. Those reductions in Social Security, coupled with gaps in income, coupled with high inflation that we're currently seeing today, and to the likes we've never seen in the last 40 years, all of those things are potential factors that will erode your wealth. And so how do you hedge against those factors? And a lot of that depends on what your objectives are and what you really want your retirement to look like. If you're somebody that wants to travel the world, spend all the money, do a lot of different things, well, there's ways to do that. And there's ways to spend it in a way that you're spending as much as you can today and ensuring that you're going to be able to spend that in the future and really trying to get as much today and not worrying about the way the government sets it up, which is through RMDs. RMDs on your retirement portfolio are a way for your retirement dollars to be distributed, right? Let's say you did a great job planning and you have this IRA or 401k, but you don't really need it today, right? At a certain age, right now it's 72, but that age is always subject to change. Right now, if you are above 72 years old, well, what happens? The government says, I don't care if you don't need the money, you have to start taking it no matter what. And why? The reason you have to start distributing it is because you've been deferring that money from taxes for so long that they now want their cut. And the way they're going to get their cut is by requiring that you take a minimum distribution. And the older you get, it kind of goes like this, right? And in that growth, the older you get, the more you have to take from it. Why not flatten that curve, take more in the beginning, and cover your RMDs for life? That's something that an annuity can play a part in doing for you. In today's video, we really just touched on the subject of, should you consider purchasing an annuity? And obviously I can't answer specifically for you because I don't know your situation, but hopefully you've gotten enough to really get an idea of, well, yeah, this sounds like it might make sense for me, or maybe I'm not sure. But you also may be on a journey to figure out more about annuities. And there's a lot of different types out there. There's really 4 different types of annuities. And we created a free guide in the description box below. If you click on that link, you'll get access to a free library that's going to talk about the different types of annuities and how they can play a role in all different sorts of planning for you. But if you're saying, you know what, I already know, I have an idea of annuities, I really want to get started, how do I get started? Click in the link below. Also, there will be another one for a free consultation. One of the members here at Epic will walk you through the success process and help get you started on the path towards retirement. I want to thank you for watching the video this far. If this content resonated with you, you'd like to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, right? We're building this channel out. We're putting out new content every single day and helping people just understand and get educated in the process when it comes to all different types of financial strategies.